Women over 40 are using AI far less than everyone else. And I'm going to be honest with you about why that's hard for me to watch. I've used AI every single day for the past 3 years. It has saved me oceans of time every single week. And almost every week, I talk to a smart, capable woman my age who tells me she's scared to even try it. So today, I'm going to show you why this gap exists, what it's actually costing you every single week, and how to get started faster than you even thought possible. Because from where I'm standing on the other side of the gap, I can tell you exactly what's waiting for you over here. And I refuse to let you believe you're too late for it. So let me give you the number that made me want to make this video. Research out of Harvard Business School found that female founders adopt AI about 25% less than male founders. 25%. And when you first hear that, your brain probably goes where most people's brains go. Well, maybe the men are just more technical. Maybe they had a head start. No. The research didn't find a skills gap. It found a confidence gap and an exposure gap. Think about who AI is marketed to. The ads, the YouTube videos, the tech bros on stage in their sneakers. When was the last time you saw AI explained by someone who looks like us? Someone juggling a job, a family, and a business idea she's been carrying around for years. That is the real gap. It's not that we can't. It's that nobody invited us. And I see what that does up close. In my community, in my comments, in conversations with friends, women who run entire households, who manage teams at work, who have decades of skill and wisdom, telling me they feel too old for this, telling me it's probably too complicated, telling me they'll get to it someday. And every time I want to reach through the screen and say, you have no idea how ready you already are. Because here's what those 3 years of daily AI use actually looked like for me. And I want to get specific because vague promises are exactly the problem with how AI gets talked about. Every week, AI helps me plan my content. It helps me turn one video script into a whole week of posts. It helps me rewrite emails I've been dreading in half the time and with twice the warmth. It helps me think through business decisions by asking me better questions than I would even ask myself. It helps me research, outline, draft, and polish while I stay the one deciding what's good and what to use. Work that used to eat a whole evening or weekend now takes me under an hour to do. I used to spend an entire evening writing one piece of content. One. Now I create a week's worth in that same evening. And it sounds more like me, not less, because I'm not exhausted by the time it takes to get to the part that matters. I run 2 businesses alongside a full-time job as a wife and a mom of twins. There's no version of that math that works without AI. Trust me. That's not a slogan. That's just my actual calendar. Now flip that around and you can see what the gap is costing you. Every week you're doing things manually that AI could do with you in minutes. Writing that feels like pulling teeth, staring at a blank page for your first product, or rewriting the same paragraph 9 times because it doesn't sound quite right. Putting off the idea you've carried for years because just thinking about all the steps you need to take makes you tired. And here's the compounding problem. The gap doesn't stay at 25%. The women who started a year ago are now a year of learning ahead. Every month you wait, the catching up feels bigger, which makes you wait longer. That's the trap. But here's what the trap gets wrong. And this is the whole reason I'm making this video. You are not starting from zero. You're starting from 40 or 50 years of knowing things. AI is not a technical skill. And let me say that again, because this is the single biggest misunderstanding I hear. AI is a communication skill. You talk to it. in normal sentences, like you'd explain something to a smart assistant on her first day. And who's better at clear communication, at knowing what good looks like, at spotting when something sounds off? A 25-year-old or a woman who spent decades writing emails, raising humans, managing projects, and reading rooms? Exactly. The research says we adopt AI less. It does not say we're worse at it. And after 3 years of using these tools daily and watching beginners start, I'll tell you what I've actually seen. When a woman over 40 finally starts, she's often better at it than the people who got there first, because she brings judgment. She knows what a good email sounds like. She knows when advice is nonsense. She knows her own voice well enough to notice when something doesn't sound like her. AI just gives you speed. You bring the wisdom, and that combination is unfair in the best possible way. Now let me clear up 3 fears I hear most often, because I promise you they're smaller than they look. So fear number 1, I'll sound like a robot. You won't. If you stay in charge, AI drafts and you decide. Every caption, every email, every page I publish sounds like me, because I treat AI like an assistant, not a ghostwriter. You are always the editor-in-chief. Fear number 2, isn't it cheating? Was it cheating when we moved from typewriters to computers? From library to Google? It's a tool. The ideas, the experience, the judgment, the heart, those are all still yours. AI just removes the blank page. Fear number 3, I'm not techie enough. If you can write a text message, you can use AI. That is genuinely the whole skill. There's no code, no setup, no manual. You open it up and you type, "Hello, I need help with something." So here's how you actually start. And I want you to notice how small this step is. Step 1, pick one AI tool, just one. I use Claude and ChatGPT both. And if you want my honest reason, after testing everything out there for 3 years, Claude writes the most naturally, and it's the one I trust with my voice. But the tool matters less than actually starting. Step 2, bring it one real task from your actual life this week. Not a test, not write me a poem about a cat, something real. Ask it to help you outline that idea you've been sitting on. Ask it to rewrite an email you're dreading. Or ask it to help you plan your week when your brain is already full. Step 3, talk to it like a person, not a search engine. Give it context. Tell it who you are and what you're trying to do. Tell it, I have an idea for a small side business and I don't know where to start. The more you treat it like a conversation, the better it gets. And this is where you have the unfair advantage. Remember, conversation is your home turf. That's it. That's the start. Not a course, not a certification, not 6 months of feeling behind. One tool, one real task, one conversation. Because here's the truth about that 25% gap. It closes one woman at a time. And the version of you 1 year from now is begging you to be one of them. Now, if you want a running start, I made something for exactly this. And it's completely free. It's called the Claude Quick Start Guide, and it gives you the exact prompts and ideas to get going with Claude today. Written for total beginners in plain language by someone who uses it every single day. No tech background needed, no paid account needed. It's the fastest way I know to go from curious to comfortable. The link is right there at the top of the description. And if this video made that gap feel a little smaller, tell me in the comments, what's the one task you're bringing to AI this week? I read every single comment. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Stay bold, ladies.